Welcome to the 3 Dot Podcast. All right, we're on 3 Dot, and the sound issues continue. We had a lot of trouble setting up, which if we had a producer would be great, but we don't, so it's you and me figuring it out.
Right.
We got the mic figured out for now, hopefully.
Both of which have never produced or recorded.
But, you know, as of right now, we think we're good, and I'm a genius for moving the laptop, partially. I do want to get credit for that.
I'll give you that. That did fix it.
DeMar Hamlin, I just want to start there. With his injury, heart, he had to be resuscitated.
Yeah.
And that pales in comparison to what my heart has felt this week with the 3 Dot Podcast.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
All right. I don't know
let's
if
start.
you can say that.
I'm saying it right now.
Okay.
First of all, we're adding Microwave Guy. He's now an executive producer behind the scenes because he's in 3 minutes today at work gave me more content ideas and direction for 3 Dot. Than either of you two
He's
have.
fresh. He's fresh. You haven't worn him out yet.
Scheduling conflicts. Let's start there.
Okay.
Last week, I sent a text about Thursday or Friday, or I said, "Can we record Thursday?"
Yeah, we were open for a couple days.
Well, whenever this was, and you go, "This is the first I'm hearing about it." You remember sending that text
For Thursday?
At one of the Thursdays? No, for last week or the week before.
Yeah, no, I remember.
I said, "Are we good for Thursday?" And then you said, "This is the first I'm hearing about it, but I should be good."
I thought it was separate weeks. I haven't checked the
My point being,
the text.
it was always Thursday.
Tuesday or
so
Thursday.
why are you two?
Tuesday or Thursday was the plan.
You two are always shocked when it's Thursday, both of you. And
it sneaks
we'll get
up
to Phil.
on you.
Sure, it sneaks up on me, but then I'm like, okay, I think we're doing it, and I still have to text you guys because I don't hear from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
But me and you text throughout the week periodically.
Occasionally. Lately it's been down.
I'd say the episodes are better when we share stuff in between.
Phil, today, was it today or yesterday? The scheduling conflict for him. Was that this morning?
That was this morning, yeah. You sent it last night, but I was laying down for bed and I knew I was coming.
Send a text. Nothing.
So that's why as soon as I woke up, I responded.
Wake up in the dark, as I always do, because it's not light out. But also because I hadn't heard from either one of you. Then Phil goes, "I'm hanging with Lauren tonight." Sure, that's fine. But why am I hearing about the day of
his
the
wife.
podcast? Yeah.
You know.
Why?
He said all week to
You're telling me he didn't know? Yeah, or he could have done that, or say, "Hey, Thursdays we do this."
No, I wasn't giving him an out. I was saying I think it's funny. It's kind of ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but even if it is an out, what are we doing where he can't convey that until hours before we're supposed to record?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there each week wondering if I have to do a solo show or get a fill in. I almost did a solo one tonight, almost.
Yeah.
But I prefer to have one of you here for this.
That's fair.
Right. Any defense of yourself and or Phil for scheduling? You know it's Thursdays.
Tuesday or Thursday.
Tuesday or Thursday,
was
sure,
the
but
initial
has
plan.
it always been Thursday or Friday?
Yeah, it needs to, right? Because it needs to come out for a week. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, I don't have much defense. I think we've bantered less throughout the week. I think there's stuff going on in both our personal lives, but that doesn't really matter. I still plan on showing up every week.
Even if so, and you do show up more, or at least you tell me what days, but
yeah,
even if so, it needs to be throughout the week, hey, later this week probably can't do it.
Yeah.
And that's more at Phil, but like in general, there should be more communication. How's our YouTube channel doing?
I'm waiting on you to make it.
Great. Did you check in? Did you ask any questions? Did Phil ask any questions? Did any one of us talk at all about the YouTube channel?
Okay.
I said on the podcast I want to do it by next week for the start of the new year.
Exactly.
You said great New Year's resolution. That was the start of a topic last week.
Awesome.
I listened today to the podcast to make sure I was right about that.
It sounded awesome.
It sounded great.
Yeah.
And then nothing.
We've talked about
radio
a
silence
website,
from both of you.
A Facebook, a YouTube.
And I have outlines for what I want to do with all of that.
Yeah.
But there's no...
But you want to be the guy to make it, right? So, I can't make it.
Well, it'd be great if we had a producer that did that, but clearly he's dead on a fucking island
I'll make
somewhere.
it. I'll get the YouTube channel up and running.
But again, that's the conversation that you and I should be having.
I just thought you wanted to make it.
Did I say that on the podcast last week?
No.
I said we as a group because I'm trying to include you two, but it's getting really hard to do that.
You said you're the owner.
I am the owner.
The full owner. I figured you don't want me having access to the accounts.
Why would I not want that? That's again, you could ask me that. You could text me and ask me that, and then we can have a discussion.
And now I got to communicate with my
boss
outside of work.
See that? Not that, because that's something Microwave Guy goes up. He goes, "Well, are they getting paid for this?" To answer a text?
No.
Do I have to pay for you guys to answer a
Not getting
text
paid for
message on a
anything.
group project? Am
No.
I getting paid? No one's getting paid.
No.
It's something that we're doing for fun, but also if we want to do something with it, like we've talked about privately,
Yeah.
then why would we not try to push things forward together?
Yeah, there needs to be more effort. You're right. You could try harder.
If nothing else, just communication. Just a little,
Yeah.
a simple, and it was partially a test. I didn't say a word about the YouTube because I was going to see if either one of you were like, hey, are we doing this? Nothing happened.
Sometimes I sit around and I'm like, I want to see if Nick's gonna ask, because I know I'm gonna show
Why?
up.
Why?
I don't know. You know what? I'm done. I'll
Yes,
quit the Mexican
I will
standoff.
lose my mind.
I'll
I'm going to be like you, and we thought we had
I'll
feedback, and you have your
over-communicate.
ear against a laptop, listen for sound.
There's feedback, people.
You're losing your
You
mind.
can hear it. Don't turn it up in your car. That's all I'm saying. You'll hear it.
Also, we're no more, and this has been happening, and I'm guilty of it too. But we can't half-ass takes anymore. Like it feels like how much further can we get where it's funny? Where we go, have you heard about this? No.
I feel it.
You know, like it's just not.
I feel that, and I feel like I'm falling down a slippery slope, because when we started this, it was just let's just be some guys talking, and there won't be pressure.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Then we
Here's
start.
the pressure. The pressure's
Yeah,
here now.
yeah. We
I
start
don't know if
a
you can
couple
tell the
episodes
tone.
start getting good,
Yes.
and then now I'm looking at Barstool Sports just posted a blog about the movie theater popcorn butter guy, and I'm like, wait, they put more effort into this
That's what I'm saying.
than
It's
some
not
of our
hard.
takes. But now I'm feeling like, okay, so now I'm gonna have to actually fucking research my takes, and like it helped probably if I wrote a blog first, then talked about it.
That'd be great. Why write a practice blog? Because
gonna have
it's
to
coming.
happen.
Like
It's gonna have to happen.
and I mean, it could be as simple as that. Like you see what I know, no one, the one you're specifically talking about. But let's say you're just driving, you see something on the side of the road that catches your eye, and you think about it for a sec. Write about it. Think about it. Bring it here. Have something to say other
There's
than
gonna be more effort going forward.
right. And this goes into the YouTube thing. That's something we could have easily done as a group. It hasn't happened because literally we all just sat around like, oh, I think Nick might do it.
I
And I'm sitting
legitimately
here like,
thought
well,
you were
I-
gonna do it, but I can.
Follow up.
We can create the count tonight.
All right. Okay. Also, I do agree that it's funny, but we're gonna try to avoid, like Phil especially. I don't have topics. Okay, well then, something you gotta be here with something. You know, like
Yeah.
because like we did the NA thing, which was mainly us just talking beforehand, and we said it was his topic.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
I
we
always
need
try to
more.
come
And
with
Phil-
at least
I,
something.
I do love Phil, and this all comes from a place of love. Keep that in mind. But what I'm saying is, if we want to actually do something, then there has to be slight effort, slight top. It can't be. We're gonna come in and
we
we're
can
gonna kind
half-ass
of
it,
laugh.
but we can't whole ass it.
Right.
Right now we're kind of whole assing it.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's becoming ass.
Right. Sure. It's a donkey. But also the passiveness, which again goes into all of us. But just in general, it needs to be more conversational. Like if someone has something to say, kind of talk, you and I do it, but Phil kind of sits back. Yeah, we need more just in general. I have a topic. I'm gonna defend my topic, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like we can break each other's balls like we have been, but we've just got to be a little bit more defense, and that kind of goes into the research. Like
Yeah, and
if you actually know
start
what
it,
you're
you have
talking
to
about.
fucking say something.
Right. Right, because there's been a few times where like I do it or you do it, where we'll be like, "Here's a topic," and everyone just kind of pauses.
Yeah.
We're like, it's funny. It is funny, but then there's too much of that. I feel.
Yeah, I agree.
These have been my main critiques as I listen back a few times. We also have a competition. We have an enemy list.
Oh,
This is the introduction of the 3 dot enemy list. Murph.
Oh,
At public enemy number 1 for 3 dot.
okay.
He sends me a snap last night, or a message on Snapchat. He goes, "Do you remember who John Diebler is? He's a guy for Ohio State basketball team."
Okay.
I said, "Of course." And why? He goes, "For a pod." I don't know other context from that, but he's either on a podcast or did a podcast. Don't know. But he's on the enemy list. And then he said, because I'm never invited on 3 dot, which again, we invite him all the time. And now he's in Florida. He's on a plane to Florida right now.
What the fuck?
Don't know.
Okay. I assume that he was saying he had a topic for our pod.
Could be, but I'm without any other context, I'm assuming that he has his own podcast and we need to destroy it.
Well, if he does, good luck, Murph. You didn't even know if a dog needs a bowl of water, all right? how I
Oh,
did
and
that.
his dad adopted that dog.
I heard.
By the way.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that? Okay.
Yeah, somebody did. Haley did, I think, actually.
Okay.
But
Let me see here.
A little behind the scenes magic.
I think that's all for my grievances as of right now.
All right.
And I think they're all fair. You can disagree, but
No, I don't disagree with any. I think, I literally thought about that movie popcorn, or the popcorn, movie theater popcorn
Sure.
guy happened today at work. I seen the article, and I was like, son of a bitch. Like,
and you we're both kind of saying, like, that wouldn't be hard. Like, it's just something
No.
someone thought, and it was like,
they
hey.
just found a TikTok video of a guy who filmed this man make his movie theater popcorn. But
Right.
there's an actual article on it, an actual,
Right. Or, like, look at what
work.
Twitter or whatever things go viral from TikTok that are just nothing. I mean, it's literally either people doing their jobs or whatever. Like, anything can be a topic. We need to do more of that. More creative, more expansive. Not just tied to, okay, we're going to try to talk some fantasy this week and blah, blah, blah. And I think we've done a good job of transitioning out of fantasy talk into more of just a general podcast.
Yeah.
Which also kind of goes into, like, direction-wise, I feel like we should be more almost like weekly radio spot. Like, topics of the day, boom, and then some just more creative ideas at the end. In and out with that.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
And I think that's kind of what we've been doing, but just to be more
a couple
upfront.
of current events, couple of things catch our eye,
Trending,
but
yeah.
again, more work, more conversation there,
Right.
and
then personal
some
lives,
creative
whatever
stuff
else.
like we want to do
Right.
later on. Yeah.
And again, that's just being more clear up front of what our goal is. And you're here. I know we've talked about this many times before we started the podcast.
Like, I'm excited once we get to the skit level and stuff.
Right. And I gotta figure out how to tie all that in, and like that's all going forward. But like, that's more for Phil. Like, here's what we are gonna try to do.
Hopefully he listens. Maybe this will be the test. Maybe you don't have this talk with him.
We've had the questions of whether he listens to the podcast.
We'll see if he listens to this episode.
I don't even think he got the microwave guy reference on the phone.
Probably not.
No. Why would
he?
he?
And then next time he comes, we'll see if he's prepared or not. Me and you will be prepared.
We can ask him.
And we can both take our grievances out on him if he didn't watch this episode, because he'll know it's coming.
Watch or listen.
If he's listening to this episode, he'll know it's coming. So.
Well, or if he wants to, I also don't mind because like sometimes he can be not to use this word as an insult, but slightly sensitive. Like with the lyrics thing where he was like mad about the joke. It's a dumb joke, but he was like actually a little bit like offended.
There was
like,
a look in his eye.
Yeah, he had the craziest look in his eye. That's for him, Step Brothers. But but I don't mind if he does that too, because him defensive is funny too. Like Phil is funny.
He's
like
a funny
I don't
guy.
mind that at all. The movie quotes, all that, love it. But we just need more organization to it. Fair?
I would just say more effort. Yeah.
Yeah, and the no topics that one day was, on his part, little rough. He did fine commentating. I also when he comes in with topics that were like the Mike and Mike thing that we made fun of, and the fictional creatures or whatever.
Yeah,
that's funny. Like, do more of that. Even I don't care. Even if you feel like it's dumb, Phil, do it.
I just thought it was a bold move for him to say it. I don't know if I'd ever sit like even this week. You asked me what's going on, and I'm like a little light right now. I'll work on some stuff, and I did before the show. But for him to sit down in front of both of us. He came late that day. And then he goes, yeah, I got nothing. It's like, what the hell? What do you mean?
And again, if we want to just hang out and do a podcast, that's fine. Or we can do a separate one and do that, that's fine. Once we get bigger and do our thing, if we go down that road. But this has to be the core, the flagship of what we're doing.
This podcast is going to be the reason I drink.
Sure. NAs. Now, I have more, but do you want to go into what were you able to stir up?
I mean, it's tough now because now did I do enough work?
Well, let's find out.
So I guess we'll start off with one thing, and this I found out from a coworker and didn't believe him at first. Did you know there's like a nudist beach community thing in Ohio?
No, based on my reaction, no.
Me neither. So I guess
why does he know that?
Medina. Well,
what?
Medina, Ohio. Medina?
No, I know. I know.
It.
I'm saying
I don't know which
way
it's right.
Like,
yeah, it's like a campground with like a lake, but it's a nudist community.
Okay.
And so he's going to Florida, and he's all geeked because he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to this nudist beach in Florida with my girlfriend. That's like the one thing I asked to go do. And I'm like, that's a little odd. And also, I thought it was only like a European thing,
right?
Because Americans as a whole are pretty immature.
Right.
And I just don't, like, we're probably wanking a lot more than Europeans are in nudist beach. I'm going to be honest.
Do we have stats on that? Where's your data on that? I see
know?
that chart on your phone.
You're right. Yeah, I need to pull it up. It's just a bunch of dicks. It's just a bunch of dicks. But yeah, so then he was like, no, there's this place in Ohio. I don't even watch Pornhub. Come on. I'm a classier guy.
A nudist beach in Ohio.
Yeah.
He's going.
He's going to Florida.
Okay.
He's going to he's going on a trip to Florida with his girlfriend, and that's like his one thing. Most people are like Disney World. They got Universal down there. Maybe just a regular beach.
Right.
He's like, no, nudist beach. And I'm like, well, will you participate? And he's like, yeah, 100%. I just want to feel the freedom, was his words. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, so will your girlfriend be naked? And he's like, probably not, if she wants to. And I'm like,
what? Okay.
So are you okay with that? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, you don't feel weird about, like, maybe guys wanking it to you? Because American nude beach, especially in Florida, it's going to be a bunch of old men.
You run.
Probably.
Yeah, I would assume.
And he's like, no, it's not even that. Just like, I don't know if she'll want to. I'm like, all right. Hey, you're a wilder man than I am.
Why would she want to go if it's just for him to She is a loyal woman. Let's say that.
She is, yes.
Like, diehard.
She's a saint to this man.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, go show your dick to everybody. I'm just gonna chill. Like, what? I'll take pictures. What the fuck are we doing?
Oh, you just reminded me. So that was his reasoning. It wasn't, hey, other people will see my girlfriend. It was, I don't want to get a boner. And I was like, now, you don't think it'd be worse if you got a boner and your girlfriend also wasn't nude there?
Right.
Like,
right.
I don't know. Is
he like a swinner? This sounds like the start of like a swinner thing for him.
I think he's not. I think he's
not.
I think he's not. I mean, he's never invited me. And if he is, then maybe I'm a little sad. Because that means I'm not hot enough. I don't got it.
He's judging you.
I don't got the stuff. Yeah, so, and he's like our age, too. So, it's not like some random old guy.
I was going to say, I think someone I knew, like, his girlfriend, I kind of knew. Oh, Phil knows. It's one of Phil's friends. Like, they went to a nudist beach in Florida. They both, like, participated or whatever.
It's got to be the same one. There's only, like, one big one there.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know. Some people are really into that, I guess. I don't know. I've never even had, like, the...
More than a regular beach.
I've never even thought twice about it. Like, nudist beach. Okay. Like you said, I would assume it's a bunch of old people.
Right. And, I think I enjoy the beach for, like, the ocean, volleyball, whatever else you do at the beach, right? Get in the sun.
Sure.
I don't think I'm going to enjoy it more naked.
Right.
Especially around a bunch of other naked people that want to be
play
naked in public.
Naked?
You're going to get dick burned.
100%.
Sand in your cock?
Yeah, starfish in your ass? It sounds horrible.
Sounds awful. Yeah, so that was just one topic.
Great first topic.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. Stirred that up.
Yeah, what was the phrasing of stirred that up? I literally, like, threw up. I don't think you understood him. This was me calm down. I was so mad at work talking to Microwave Guy about this. And I literally was, like, seething at him. And he's talking about it. And then, literally, as I'm talking to him about the grievances, you text me, I don't have any topics, which, first of all, was one of the problems, so I was losing my mind, and then you go, I'll stir some up, and I literally go, are you fucking kidding me?
I had a couple of topics.
Stir some up.
Again, I was just trying to, I felt like...
Now do you see how I'm feeling, though? Don't play these games, because this I take seriously.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Next. Anything.
I still think, I'm almost afraid to say this out loud, because I think somebody else will take it, but I think I'm committed enough to Grace to where it will never become my moneymaker, my slam pig. I think my OnlyFans idea, I think I told you it before, is fucking golden.
What?
I think somebody can make a lot of money.
I don't think you've told me.
So I wanted to make an OnlyFans account.
For yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Except I would dress my penis up as the characters in movies and act out scenes. So, like, maybe shave my pubes, put a fro on the top, and it's like, hand me my wallet. And they're like, which one? It's the one that says bad motherfucker. And it's just my dick shaking with pubes on and maybe a little gun. Yeah. You know, a little Jurassic Park. You just got a T-Rex with some T-Rex
So you won't go to a nudist beach, but you'll post your dick on OnlyFans in character.
I never said I wouldn't go to a nudist beach. I just don't have a desire to. But I think this is a moneymaker. And if I was single, I would commit to it. But I love Grace
you ran it by
too
Grace?
much. Yeah.
What'd she say?
She jokingly says do it, but I know there's no way she'd be happy if I'm the guy who's famous for his cock dressed up as characters.
Would anyone know it's you? It's James Smith. You use your full name. No, I'm saying that's
last four of my phone
you,
number.
You're just like, oh, I'll just put something basic in here for now.
I have a pretty revealing tattoo on my thigh, which I feel like eventually, if I got big enough, somebody would see.
Right. Someone down the road.
Yeah.
I know that. I know that thigh right there.
I know that thigh of the tiger. It's the one who has bad motherfucker on it, you know? So
I think that's good. You can get like a little arm and a staff and do Lord of the Rings.
Oh, dude, I had so many scenes planned out. Don't even get me started. I mean, sometimes to where it's shot and it's duplicated, but they're different characters. You know? It's just my dick twice.
This is the most fun out topic I've ever heard you have.
I'm not kidding.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
Thank you. That's all I need.
I really don't think it's a bad idea. Also, there's a lot of dick talk in this podcast so far.
There has been. Yeah. Guess that's all I've been thinking about. Your turn.
Speaking of which, I have a movie idea. It's more of an art film. No. That one's not pod ready yet.
Amateur actors.
It'd be a lesbian film.
Yeah.
With two guys in the starring roles.
Didn't you talk about this before?
No, I told you before the pod.
Oh, you told me before the pod.
Yeah.
Well, now you have to air it out.
Well, I'm saying, like, picture two girls, right? Pretty hot. Now it's guys. But it's an art film. It's not gay.
No, it's indulging in the arts.
It's a film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the arts are gay.
Right. Exactly. That's my point. Liberal art. No. I don't think it's a bad idea. It plays to every audience. Lesbians, people love that, but they're guys, so it's art. I'm provoking people. You know, it's not. It's also Microwave Guys. You know, thing. We worked on that together. It's a joint project.
Yeah. Would you guys be the actors?
No.
Oh,
he wants to direct it.
Oh, okay.
No, it'd be straight actors.
Yeah, rightfully.
Because they can't get hard because that'd be gay. But it's not gay.
But you can't be it because it'd be straight actors.
No, I'm the cinematographer.
That's how that transition. Then.
He's the director.
Okay. All right.
Well, we're not actors.
That's fair.
It's an art piece. I can't be an actor. I'm not
hey, you
professionally
need to get a
trained.
couple of scrawny college students who need some extra money. Lube them up. Tell them they're lesbians.
Here, put this on. You're a lesbian.
Do your best. All right. I know you need money.
It started as a stand-up bit, and then we just took it way too far.
Devolved
It's gonna be a
into
play. It's gonna be a live action. All right, enough dick talk. Can we have a topic that's not dick related?
Sure.
You got one? Why are you smiling like that?
It's just been golden.
Golden? Priceless? Yeah.
I didn't say priceless. Would you say gold is priceless? It has a price, Nick. We talked about it. I mean, this is going to be a shorter one. I didn't put a lot of thought into this.
You guys can't be in it because you're straight up. Fuck.
That's how
Damn it! I outed us.
Yeah, it's how it transitions. I'm starting to learn a lot about Mike the microwave guy. Sorry,
How would that be related?
I don't know. But yeah, I seen Avatar 3D for my birthday. And
happy birthday, by the way. It's James' birthday.
Yeah,
if anyone wants to wish him a happy birthday. But
yeah.
How was it?
Cool. The movie was great. So I'd seen a couple of 3D movies in my life. The first and biggest and best one I can remember is Spy Kids in 3D.
Okay.
I remember seeing that.
I remember that
at the drive-in, and it was the first
3D drive-in.
Yes.
Okay.
It was the first 3D movie that I'd seen that it felt like it was actually 3D, right? Like the bolts were flying off the bikes and stuff, and they're racing and fighting, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, that was the little kid in my head, because every other time I seen a 3D movie, I was like, "There's not that many 3D scenes. Kind of give me a headache. I'd rather just watch a normal fucking movie." Was my take on 3D movies.
Well, I remember when I was little, I saw Bug's Life, Magic Kingdom or something. Same thing. I was just freaked out, scared, too much.
And so I thought it was just Christmas magic for a kid. I was like, I'll never experience that again. Avatar in 3D, long ass movie as it is, but the greatest movie I've ever seen in 3D.
Really?
Looks
in
actually 3D.
Not the greatest movie.
What
would you rate it? A to F. I mean, give me a grade on it.
Plot's not great. It's very much like the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But visually, it's an amazing experience, and I would tell anybody to go watch it. But I would say watch it in 3D while it's in theaters.
Well, I remember the first one. I saw it with my uncle and my cousin, and we all were blown away. Because even regular screen, I mean, it's
it's a beautiful
incredible movie. Yeah. But I remember people were like, you gotta see it in 3D, and I was like, the flying around. I was like, if I would feel like since I would be like, I'd get dizzy. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But this, from everything everyone said, and technology's come a long way, I'm sure the 3D was incredible.
Yeah, I didn't feel sick. I didn't have to take my glasses off. Before, when I watched 3D movies, I felt like I had to take them off for a little bit and get a fucking break.
Right.
Not in this movie. I felt completely immersed. There's, like, some bugs flying around in the beginning, and it's right at the beginning, and I instantly was like, holy shit. Like, almost swatted at what I thought was a gnat.
Did anyone in front of my face. Could you tell if anyone in the theater was like losing their shit?
It wasn't packed, so I couldn't tell if anybody else
Where'd you see it at?
looking around. Levis Commons.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah, and then there's a couple other scenes that are crazy, and as soon as they get in the water, it becomes a completely different experience.
I bet. So, concessions?
Yeah, I got some movie theater popcorn, but
butter?
Not as good of a guy. Yeah, definitely butter.
Did you straw so it gets in the bottom?
Or... You don't put it in yourself there, and I'm kind of upset for that.
Did you ask for egg? Like, did they do a good
she
job
layered
with it? She did?
Yeah,
she layered it?
She layered it.
Nice.
She knew what she was doing.
Good. She knows her way around a popcorn machine.
Knows her way around some butter.
What's the seat situation at Levis? I mean, recliners, regular, table.
They're
they're
upgraded. I mean, they're comfy, but they don't recline.
Gotcha.
So it's not like I know there's one up in Michigan that has like red like leather couches almost that recline.
But, I haven't been to a theater in forever, so I was just curious what.
First time I went to that theater, scared the hell out of me.
Levis?
That's the one up in Michigan where you can like lay down together on like a couch. One, definitely sex happening in there, at least sexual things. Not to bring up dicks.
That's the like the adult things we were talking, the booths we were talking about.
Yeah.
They've now moved to movie theater. It's mainstream.
There's an adult theater around here too, but
up there,
different time. No, around here.
Yeah, we talked about it.
No, not those ones. Like a different.
No, do it. What?
It's different. It's different. It's on
Have
Airport
you been
Highway.
there?
No, but I've seen it, and it's advertised differently. It's not like adult movies that you go watch and buy. It's like a XXX adult theater club. I don't know, man.
You just happened to see it?
Yeah, it's off Airport Highway.
Why were you down that way on Airport
By where
Highway?
you grew up.
Why were you out there?
I was going to the park.
What park?
Oak Openings.
Oh, okay.
Greatest park around here. But anyways, movie theater scared the hell out of me the first time I went because that's the first time I've seen people bring blankets as well. And I was like, I didn't know it was a thing now. All movie theaters, you can just bring in a full-ass blanket. Which seems odd to me. But
right.
Hey, people want to be comfy. They're trying to keep the movie theaters alive. I get it.
Never staying alive.
Hopefully for a while.
You're down on them.
I got the under. Right.
You're short in movie theaters.
Yeah, I'll give them 20 years. I got the under.
Oh wow, 20 years. Damn. Look out, movie theaters.
Yeah. Hey, your day's coming. Days are numbered.
That's just a quick one. It's a game app on a game on an app. It's a phone game that I've actually been obsessed with called Out of the Park Baseball.
Okay.
Well, I had heard about it, and Anthony will know about this because it was talked about on this podcast, for sure, point out, that we listen to all the time. But it's actually a really fun game because like they made fun of them, but once I was playing it, you can, for like a certain cost, you can buy any historic season and do like a fantasy draft. So like you can have Barry Bonds, so whatever. It does box scores for your games. It does like full write-ups for the games. You can do a full GM mode. And then like if the prospects for the next year are the actual rookies from like that year. Game. Yeah. It's on, you download it on your phone for free.
Do you actually play it, or does it just simulate all the games?
Either way, you can do either one. It is one of the most in-depth phone games I've ever seen, played, whatever. It's like a full franchise in like Madden or something.
Who the hell made this?
I don't know. I can look it up.
All right.
But like it's incredible. Even if you don't like baseball, it's just a fun pass-the-time thing.
Yeah,
like,
the phone, that's crazy.
Right. Like I said, you could play for free like that the current year. And has all the real players. Or if you pay, you can get any historical season ever. And you can buy it in a bundle. And then, like, did a fantasy draft. I got Barry Bonds. So like, all the real players from that time at the age they were at that time. And then, like, the prospect list is literally rookies from that year. It's crazy. The in-depth, I don't know why it's not bigger and, like, people don't talk about it. It's incredible work to put all that in to a game, especially for a phone.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And just want to give a shout out to that. And if anyone wants to play it or anyone's into baseball, very fun.
What was the name of it again?
Out of the Park Baseball.
Okay.
Very cool.
I might check it out. Seems pretty cool.
It's one of the most wild things ever. And, like, you got to re-sign your players for next year. You have a DL list.
I feel like I'm shilling for this company right now, but I've genuinely not
it's
heard of this
amazing.
before.
I'll show it to you when we're done. And,
Yeah.
like, if you play the games, you can do, like, strategy, hit and run, bunt, like, all that. Use your bullpen. If you sim games, it'll give you, like, news reports of what's happening around the league and stuff like that. Stats are kept. It gives you a full write-up and box score after the game of what happened with, like, a fake quote from you. And like, it's literally, yeah, it's insane. And it keeps all the people's actual lifetime stats, like, from their real career. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Like, once I started playing, I was like, oh, this is actually incredible. Very cool. So I just wanted to give a shout. That's all I've been, like, interested in
Not
playing.
sponsored by them yet, but
No.
maybe. You know? Hey,
Yeah.
Our phones are open. Give
I
us
just
a
thought
call.
people might enjoy it.
We'll put more effort in if you guys sponsor
Don't
the
play with
next
me.
one.
So yeah, literally just want to get that out there. I've been obsessed with it.
Speaking of apps,
Yes.
how do you feel about all the sports betting apps now that it's open in Ohio?
I'm a
Have you been
Barstool-
betting?
A few times, yeah.
Okay.
Had a lot of money on that Bills game that got canceled. Shout out to Mar Hamlin. But he's okay now. You can say
all right.
something.
Yeah,
all right?
no.
It was a heart stop away from making some money, is all I'm saying. All right? Okay. All right, I'm done with the Damar Hamlin.
That was like a 1% chance, too. That's crazy.
We'll do the apps I've been going, because I actually did want to just talk about a little bit. I do Barstool, their sportsbook, and I saw a Facebook post, which is actually accurate. Someone's like, gambling hit Ohio like crack in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like, people are
Yeah.
all over it. At work, it's all people are talking about is what they bet that today. People are betting every day.
Yeah, and like, I've seen multiple people who are like making accounts on multiple accounts because they're all like, here's a $50 free bet.
Right.
Here's $200. If you deposit $1,000, we'll give you
Right.
5,000 house money.
Right.
There's some crazy things. Some of my friends are actually making money,
Right.
and this is actually crack
Right.
because people made money during the crack
Right.
epidemic
Well, that's the thing
as
is
well.
I'm not doing anything. I've been $10-$20 here and there. Like, I'm not.
Brady bets, we'll call them.
Well, no, I think he used to do like 5 on just crazy parlays because the payout's insane. And like, if you do that too, that's fun. Just seeing if it happens and if it hits,
is fun.
it's fun.
Yeah.
But it's wild because like, anytime you open that app, there's something happening live, and there's something scheduled for that night. Like any sport, any event, at all. It's nuts, and like it's fun to watch. But
I wonder if it
it's
was like
crazy.
this when it hit Michigan.
I don't know because I
Or
feel.
Michigan like always have sports
And again,
betting
I'm
as
not,
sports
like-
betting came out.
I think so because like we drove up there last Super Bowl
Yeah,
to go make a bet. Like it was around in Michigan.
yeah.
But I also feel like I'm not in Michigan, but I didn't really hear a lot. Whereas here, it's like anything anyone's talking about all over the place.
No, like if you ask your high school teacher right now, they're probably
Probably
gambling.
better, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude at work, so he doesn't know anything about the NBA. He's like, yeah, I bet on this game. Like, people are betting on stuff they don't even know about. Like,
Yeah, they were handing out $50 free for the
Right.
the Cavs game. So
right.
I don't know. I haven't researched it much, so I won't go into the topic too far. But I have heard multiple people talking about a lot of these companies are getting fined quite a bit of money for the way that they're advertising.
Yeah, well, like the Barstool one, they got fined, but just because they were like telling
On a
people to
college
sign
campus.
up. Yeah,
Yep.
and it's like,
You can't promote sports betting on college campuses.
right, as if they aren't, first of all, doing that. Secondly, it's like, okay, if during their presentation they say download their app so that you can play, like, okay, you eat that fine. Like it's probably
100%. They
wasn't
made
that-
their money back.
It's not like they planned necessarily. Maybe they did, but I'm saying it's not like they planned to be like, all right, we're gonna get the college kids in on this.
That was their plan all along.
Well, they already have them. I mean, Barstool in colleges is huge. I mean, that's their main
Yeah, they
market.
go hand in hand.
Right. So I mean, I don't know. I that fine, whatever. But I'm excited about it because as long as you're under control, which is the whole thing, then yeah, throw some money here and there. It's fun, good time. Same as a casino. We have one right down the road. Like I don't go there a lot.
I barely go.
Right. So I mean, as long as you can control yourself, like
Just
whatever.
like crack.
Sure.
It's okay to do every once in a while. Maybe
Yeah,
sell it.
exactly.
Hey, maybe make some money. But you start losing money, start putting the house on it.
Right. The biggest thing is
It's
if you lose, just admit you lost. Don't try to make it back that night with a fucking parlay of $100. Yeah.
No, do it. Run it down. Fuck it.
Yeah. What are we protecting ourselves for? Yeah, dude. Yeah. Bet it all.
What else you got there?
Well, I don't know. Do you want to go into the injury? Do you want to go into the reaction to the injury? Do you want to do Georgia Ohio State? Do you want?
I didn't see it live. I think it happened while I was in the movie theater.
I didn't see it live, but like I said, I had money on a parlay in that game. So then I'm refreshing on the ESPN app, and I was here. I forget what I was doing exactly, but I looking on the ESPN. It's the same play for like 10 minutes. And I keep refreshing. I'm like, oh, maybe the app's down. And all of a sudden it says delayed. I'm like, weather delay. Like something happened. I go up and turn it on, and we like showed or I look on Twitter first, and then there's the clip right there in your face, and I was like, holy shit. Like,
it's tough to watch.
It's been said a million times, but I had never seen anything like that. Like, a player just gets up for a second and collapses.
I think it happened in the NHL before.
Right, but that's not something I would.
Yeah.
And then they keep, which was I don't know what else you do, but they keep going to like the people in the studio, then back to the field, and everyone just kind of like, I don't know, like I really don't know what to say, what to do.
See, Phil, that's some producers doing their job even in a tough spot.
Right, you adjust, adapt, overcome.
They did their best.
So, what? And I think everyone did the best job they could of like. You're sensitive to a situation that you don't know what happened. The broadcast has to keep going because they got to keep showing things, and the players' reaction is what got me the most. Was like the teammates like crying, losing their minds. Again, I'm still trying to get my bearings of what happened.
Yeah, you're not down there.
And then you're just like, holy shit! Like this is real. This guy might. Well, they said CPR. That's when I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and when I first heard, I heard got hit, stood up, fell down. That was my like first hearing of it, and I'm like, okay, probably a head injury.
And you watch, it's a routine tackle. I mean, it's not a violent I mean, if you really look, it is like at that moment, like when it gets hit in the chest, but it doesn't look abnormal.
People take that hit every day and are fine.
Didn't stick out.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tough to watch for sure.
I also feel like the NFL was gonna try to keep getting them to play, like. Because
I agree. Yeah, I don't think this was the NFL calling that game off from the beginning.
Well, I don't know, there's conflicting reports about whether it was actually said or not, but the NFL was like, "Yeah, 5 minutes to like figure it out." I don't know if I saw they were reporting that, but I don't know if it was true. But live, they said that. So,
I would like to state, even though we have this podcast, we're not reporters, so we don't have to follow the doing your due diligence of that.
Well, I'm prefacing it by saying I don't know. Like I heard both. But then they go to the locker rooms, and I remember I said to Haley, because then she was interested, because, like, what is going on? And I'm updating her as I'm watching, and then I go, well, I see Bills players with no pads on. Like, clearly they are not playing this game. But then then the studio kept saying, well, we're going to wait and see, we haven't gotten word. And I'm like, the teams definitely just said we're not doing it. No matter what the NFL says, they both agreed, which is good.
Right.
I said in the group text, there's no way you can go out there without even knowing if he's going to survive. Because at that point, it was life or death. I mean, there was no way you could go out there and be like,
on either
all right,
team.
we're going to see what happens. Like, no shot. And I think that was the right decision. And clearly the players were emotionally wrecked. I mean, even if they did go out and play, it wasn't going to be what they were focused on. I mean, how could it be?
Who was the player who hit him or ran with the ball? Was it T. Higgins?
I saw that on Twitter. I didn't think it was, because like in the clip, I thought it was a running back. But then I saw Higgins on Twitter.
I think it was Higgins, and supposedly, well, I haven't checked the updates recently, but he didn't leave the hospital, which, again, commend him. Also,
there's two things with that.
That's wild for him to have to experience.
That's the thing. It's trauma for everyone involved. First of all, that was on the field in some capacity, but like you feel like it's your fault if you're Higgins. I guess but that's clearly what he's thinking. But
at some point,
there's nothing you can. There's nothing you did. That made that happen. You guys collided and. Another thing is, I don't know if he has a condition of some like that's something that hasn't I never saw a report on, but I don't know how else that happens.
Logically, he has no fault. Emotionally, I can't say it's definitely had to have crossed his mind of like, hey, he's probably not going to want to lower his shoulder like that next time he's running into somebody.
That could be too. It could change the course of his career. Literally, I mean, we're talking about causing a life or death injury through a routine play. So now you're thinking twice about routine plays. That can take you out of the whole game. I mean, and then you're more likely to get injured if you're sitting there cowering, worried about hitting someone, and you get decked. I mean, it's just a wild situation.
It's
gambling in Ohio hit harder than Hamlin.
Jesus Christ.
You're right.
That's
hit harder
a great
than Higgins.
headline.
Hit harder than
That's
Higgins.
a great
You're right.
headline. I got to give it to you. That's a great one. I was hoping that the excitement in sports in our lifetime in this weekend would have been, Ohio State beating Georgia. So not as happy about the Hamlin
I will
incident.
say, as a diehard fan, which you know I am, it was an incredible game. And I'm not mad at the result at all. We took the clear number one team all year to a 1-point game. Their coach and quarterback afterwards said we should have won. We were the better team.
Yeah.
Comes down to a field goal. Couple calls. I'm not even going to get into it. The targeting call that ended up not being targeted on Harrison. Whatever. It doesn't go our way. The first down where Bowers was knocked out of bounds, but then they reviewed it and said he was inbounds. Again, whatever. It came down to 1 point. Those two calls made a difference, but that's such a good game. I'm not mad at it. It saved face. We didn't get blown out. We lost to Michigan. Almost beat Georgia. Almost walked into a I was going to say natty.
Yeah,
National
TCU
title.
would have had no chance against us.
I don't think so.
Especially off
And I think Georgia's going to smack the shit out of them. I was wrong because I thought Michigan would.
Really?
I said that. I said that on the podcast. I think Michigan.
I think I was the only one who thought TCU had a chance. I think I said that on the pod too.
You said
Duggan's a gamer.
You said Duggan's a gamer, and he is. But they played fast. They played to their strength, and they just ran him off the field.
Yeah.
I really thought Michigan was going to dominate. There's a couple calls in that one that could have gone either way too. The touchdown. I mean, that's a big
touchdown.
swing.
It was a touchdown.
Indisputable.
That's insane.
And I'm not cheering for Michigan or rooting against them. I just was watching that game, and I was like, that's a touchdown.
There's two parts of that piss me off. One, if it wasn't on the end zone, they would have ruled that he didn't have possession until the 2 yards later.
Right.
100%. There's no way they don't.
Right.
And two, where they got downed before that play, the ref spotted them 2 yards behind.
I heard that. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Which, does that change the whole play? I mean,
right.
They could run a completely different play.
Well, in
maybe?
the next play they fumbled, right? Wasn't that
yeah, on the one.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So it's
clearly that's a big swing.
Momentum-wise, everything.
Again, not harping on it because, again, I'm not saying Ohio State wins if the call goes otherwise. I want to make sure that's clear. This isn't sour grapes because I do think it was a great game, and I'm fine with losing by one.
I think we win if Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't get hurt. And he also didn't need to catch that ball.
That's the bigger thing.
I think Stroud was throwing it away.
First of all, I was amazed that ball was catchable. When he let go of it, and then I was like,
I thought Stroud was trying to get out of the end zone.
Right. Stroud played his ass off, by the way. We'll get to that in a second. But I forget what I was going to say. Oh, it was a swing, too, because if that is unnecessary roughness or a different penalty that they can't review, we get at the 1, potentially punch it in. We get 7 instead of 3. Again, whatever. Such a great game. I'm not mad about anything that happened.
I feel more like defenseless receiver unnecessary roughness could have been called because the player could have made the play with his hands and pushed him out of bounds.
Looking at the replay after, it did look like helmet to helmet. Possibly, but again, that's a bang. It's a national title. I don't want him ejected either.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want the kid to get ejected. So once you call it targeted, I'd rather it not be called targeted.
Exactly. I agree.
Whatever. I'm fine with that. Stroud, incredible. Played the best game he's ever played. Ran the ball like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally... There was no indecision.
You said he looked awkward when he ran? Not in that game.
No. Well, it's usually indecision. This time, he was tucking it, and, something's not there, I'm scrambling.
Right.
It was a clear, just
a
difference.
Different Stroud.
Yeah. And anyone who's been saying he needs to run more, there it was. I mean, and I still think what I was saying last pod, we were protecting him. Playoffs, there's nothing to lose, so we let him loose, and that was the result.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. And
now he's thinking about maybe staying?
I was just about to go into that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take
No. I saw a report. I assumed he was gone, but I saw a report that he might stay.
Yeah.
If he runs that back, I mean, him and Harrison again with the other receivers we brought in.
Yeah.
And if he's going to run more, because now we got 2 years of back, we don't have nothing behind him.
Who's the current backup behind him?
Kyle McCord, 5-star out of Philadelphia, but I guess he's
leaves,
trouble.
Right? If Stroud stays,
100%,
he leaves.
100%.
Because that's, 3 years behind Stroud?
But look at Joe Burrow. stayed for 4 years and then went to LSU for 1.
Yeah.
Or 2. Whatever. But
And there's been players that have been drafted
as
without even
backups.
being a starter.
Right.
So
Could happen, but I think he would leave. I guess he's had trouble with the playbook like throughout the year in practice,
Really?
so like that's been kind of the issue. And then Brown's a freshman, so he didn't want to be stuck with, hey, you're our guy now in the playoffs.
Right.
But if Brown stays, we have a 5-star coming in behind him, and then Stroud comes back. We got 2 guys that could potentially do it, even if McCord leaves, and then Stroud could be let loose all year. We might see the best Ohio State quarterback ever. Like, I already think he's up there in talent throwing the ball.
He has
But
the
if
most
he's gonna
yards
run
thrown,
like that,
right?
That I'm not sure.
I think he has the most yards thrown in his
Well, I
season.
know Barrett's up there for like every record because he started for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Another year of
Yeah, I
getting
think
Stroud
Stroud's
together
second right
would
now.
be insane. That's about all I have on Georgia Ohio State. It was a great game. I'm sure everyone watched it, but not mad.
I didn't like the New Year's game bullshit. Gotta be
Right.
honest. I don't want to. If you're gonna have it on New Year's, you have to have both games earlier. I don't like to
Right.
stretch it out until the ball's about to
The
drop.
fact he missed a field goal as the as
Well,
the ball
and it was
dropped.
worse for me. So I'm at Claude's
Mhm.
at their like employee party thing, right? So
Right.
we ran over there to get a drink.
Yeah.
They had the game on a projector, and I'm like, sick. Get to watch the game, because I was watching on my phone while running to
Then they
Claude's.
switched it.
Yes.
Yep.
Right before the kick, they fucking switch it to the ball drop. So now I'm pulling my phone out like an asshole while he's trying to watch the ball drop.
Right.
I'm trying to watch
How
this
this
kick.
was great when
And
you're
then
watching the
soon-
kick.
As soon as I pulled up, he fucking misses, and I'm like, there goes the whole night.
Was Grace mad that you were watching the game instead of watching the
She
ball
wasn't that mad about it, but she's
drop? A little bit of what the fuck.
she doesn't want it to, like, she's in agreement with me that a game shouldn't be going on during the ball drop.
Oh yeah, I mean,
It's just fucking stupid.
especially that moment. Oh,
Right.
Anthony was in Columbus. He got
Grievance. He didn't answer last time.
he was working anyway. So
Sure.
he got his girlfriend got him tickets to see Dave Chappelle. Incredible, awesome in Columbus, even better. Night of the game, and starting like he was there until like 2 a.m. and Chappelle locks up phones for his shows. So he had no updates, nothing. Says he's on his way out, almost made it, had it recorded, was about to go watch it, and then
Someone tells him.
he overheard a drunk person saying he should have made that kick.
It was in
He
Columbus.
should have made that kick, yes. And he almost made it out alive.
Oh my fuck.
But he was there as that was happening. He said one of the guests came out and was like, you guys are up 28-24. Like, that was the only snippet he heard the whole time. And then he almost made it to watch it. And someone goes, he should have made that fucking kick. He should have made that fucking kick. We lost.
Oh, that's almost worse than you having to wake up your cousin.
Oh, yes. That time that's...
You haven't told on the pod.
When the Ohio State Michigan game, my cousin blacks out
He went dark,
early.
as he calls
He
it.
went dark. Yes, he did. Certainly so. And he blacks out in the fourth quarter, passed out on the couch, wakes up after the game and asks if we actually lost. And me telling him that we lost that game, it broke my heart like DeMar Hamlin.
And he's the reason you're an Ohio State fan.
I
right?
am him. Yes.
Yeah.
No, like, no, it's more everything is him.
Damn.
And he went dark. And
I still think Anthony doesn't exist.
I thought we needed...
This story almost convinced me, but there wasn't enough heart behind it. And
Well,
now
it's not
it
my
seems-
story.
It seems too made up, so I'm still convinced he doesn't fucking exist, so I meet him or hear him.
We'll figure it out sometime. We
Sure.
will. We'll cold call him. What else you got?
Well, I mean, we covered a little bit TCU, Georgia. Do you think TCU has any chance?
No, moving on.
Fair enough.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I think Georgia smacks them.
And then I just had my question for you and the
Okay.
rest of the Ohio State fans as well.
I'll do a couple quick ones. Then.
All right, let's hear it.
We're hiring a financial advisor for 3 Dot, Brett Favre. Anyway, convection swordfish. Microwave guy convinced me he's still on this air fryer debate. He turned on the convection oven, set it on his microwave, and made swordfish. And apparently it was really good. But I just wanted to give that update. He's like out.
So he could just air fry it.
He's out to prove me wrong on this.
It is the same technology to a certain degree.
Right.
So you could just air fry it.
His point is you could just microwave it. He's saying the same thing you are, but you could just.
I'm
microwave
buying
it.
him a fucking air fryer for Christmas. I don't know the guy. next Christmas, if he doesn't have one, he's getting an air fryer, whether he wants it or not.
3 Dot will send an air fryer to you.
Tax
How about
write
that
off.
microwave? Perfect.
Jesus Christ.
Making swordfish in the microwave. Convection. Whatever.
If
What
somebody
the fuck
invited me
ever.
over, hey, you want some swordfish?
How'd you make it?
Sure. Microwave? No. Get the fuck out of here. Air fryer? Okay, I'm down.
Right.
Jesus
Right.
Christ.
We're gonna. I think we'll do some fake business next podcast.
Yeah.
I've talked to you about my fake business before.
Yeah.
Setting up events at places, and then not following through. Yeah.
And
so,
realtors.
That was fun.
You've,
But yes.
Yeah, you
yes.
have a couple of fake businesses.
I do.
I don't know if I'm going to do them. I think you took 2 of the good ideas. I can start a fake business.
We can
We'll
do
see.
more around those ideas. There's more real estate
Just
agents.
do fake business. Okay.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be
no.
new
We're gonna do
business.
fake business.
Okay.
For instance, was planning to set up an event for 300 people at a local restaurant, and it fell through. My microwave guy, big element on this podcast, but he wants to. I said I would do this for him. We're gonna call a farm, all right? Just call up a farmer, and ask him if he would be interested in this business opportunity. We take a few of his cows, and we section them off into like a grazing area, and people who aren't used to hunting, or have never gone hunting, or aren't comfortable with hunting.
I don't know if you can legally hunt cows.
You don't know where I'm going with this. This is very shrouded right now with mystery. And you take, like a 380, and you walk out, because cows will just let you walk right up to them. You take aim, and you just fire one through its fucking head. Now, I know what you're saying but the point is you would pay for the experience. You would pay for the meat. You get to keep the meat, and you also get to, learn some valuable skills in terms of hunting, gunplay.
What if I told you this already exists?
Does it?
To a certain degree.
With cows.
No, but with deer.
With
I would
cows.
say if you go...
First of all, it's not mine, but
if
I
you
said I
pay
would call
to
a
go
farm
to like
for
a
'em.
deer farm to where deer are fenced in
No, see,
and
that's
go on
not...
hunting expeditions.
But a cow,
you're,
you get more meat.
guaranteed a
You get
deer.
more meat with the cow, and it's easier. Anyone can do it. You can have a baby doing it. Like, you're holding a gun, you're holding your baby that also
All
has
right.
a gun, and you both fire into its
I'm
head.
sure enough far-right Republicans will buy into it. Let's do it.
Sure.
This isn't even fake business.
Whatever
this
the
is
market
real
is.
business.
But my point was, I think next episode we call a farm and propose that idea to them and see what happens.
Fairlife.
Sure.
They're a big-ass milk farm.
Right, but I'm
call.
saying just a local... We'll call a few. I want to call...
Okay.
We'll call some in like a different state.
We'll see if big ones like it more than little ones.
We'll compare and
Get
contrast.
some stats.
And if so, Microwave Guy can have that business and we'll be his marketing team.
All right.
Why not? Make cows dead again.
Yes, stop the animal holocaust.
Stop the animal
but
holocaust.
the reverse.
Yes, start the animal holocaust.
Yeah.
What's your question?
Oh, yeah.
I believe we reached that point.
It's mainly to you, but other Ohio State fans as well. If we had a different rival, who would you choose?
Between what?
Any other college football team. You want them to be our rival. Can't be Michigan, of course.
Who would I want to be our rival?
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
Really?
Yeah, why not? They suck.
Okay, so you want them because you can beat the piss out of them.
I want to beat the piss out of them because every year they're in preseason ranked and everyone hypes them up and then we could just stomp their hearts out. Like DeMar Hamlin. Every single time. Every season.
My 2 choices would be Penn State if it was somebody I want to beat the piss out of who's ranked, who I think could actually have...
But they're kind of a rival. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I went outside the Big Ten.
That's fair.
Someone we don't play
The
on.
other one would be the Ohio University. Not Ohio State, but...
You want to play that small school?
Yeah, yeah. Just because I also like them enough because they have had decent seasons here and there as a small school. So that would be one, and I think it'd be fun to tailgate, and I think most of the people there would be like, hey, I'm actually a fucking Buckeye fan. Like, I go to college here because I didn't get into, the Ohio State.
That probably would happen a lot.
So I just think it'd be fun.
Or just BG.
Yeah. Just the Falcons.
Some D3 school.
Hey, the Falcons have decent tailgates. I'd say UT's probably better, though, so we'll just fucking choose UT at that point.
I want to find a small school in the country. We should call it... We got 2 fake businesses going.
All right.
We're going to call up a
Yeah.
small school and propose an exhibition match with Ohio State, maybe.
See if we can sell tickets.
Do we talk to admission? We start at admission to see who do
Right.
we have this idea. Who can you connect us with?
And
then
just
from
so
there,
you know, we're you probably haven't heard our names yet because we're really big with Ohio State and the NIL stuff that came out recently. We'd just like to propose an idea. How would you guys like to get a chance?
Well, also
to
the
face
key
us?
is when, if once we get into this, just to get show you the ropes a little bit, is if they ask like who's this for, what's the event for? Oh, I'm calling on behalf of a third party that wants to remain anonymous. I mean, now you're conducting business for someone else.
Yeah, and if they hang up their assholes anyway, so
right.
Hey.
No harm, no foul. So that was your question that you said was so good?
I didn't say it was so good.
You said it was. You said
I
you
said I
had
had
a
a
great
question.
question.
Yeah, I thought it was a great question.
That's not a bad question. I'll give you that.
I liked it.
I'm just hassling you, pal.
Don't do it.
All right, I think I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't think I have anything else.
Great episode. Better
Right?
than any episode
Right.
Phil's ever been on.
I think we bounced back because I'm not gonna lie. The episode 7, I kind of said that in jest. That was a bad episode, and some people got it, some people didn't. It was also not the best. 8, thought was fine, but I also felt like we were losing momentum. I felt like we had a few good episodes in a row, and then we just kind of fell off. And I feel like we've kind of bounced back here, and now we have more of a direction, or at least you clicking. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to get back to more of our sending texts that people wouldn't be able to decipher. And then we'll be good again.
Right. We haven't done that in forever.
No.
So, anything else? I know I just asked that, but anything else?
Anything else?
Did anything pop into your head?
In that amount of time, no. I had zero thoughts.
Zero thoughts? All right, fair enough. I think we're good to end it then. Here's Vin. Maybe.
Wonder where these days went. Wednesday, Thursday, time keeps steady racing. Friday, chasing, paycheck after paycheck as we gave in. The sunset took our place.